we are as a people inherently and historically opposed to secret society, opposed to secret oaths, opposed to secret proceedings. No official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, would interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know.
All right. I hope you guys have been, I know you guys have been patiently waiting. The Conspiracy Corner fans. Like I said, I do apologize that it's been a minute since a Conspiracy Corner podcast episode has come out. But I just been, honestly, dude, I've been in a Zelda mood. I've been in a blue pill mood. If anything, look at it as a sign of something good, because I'll tell you this. Anytime I'm putting out a bunch of blue pill podcast episodes, that means that my mental well-being is good. That means I'm in a good state of mind. I'm in a good place in life. And it means that I need a little break from conspiracy. And not that I love conspiracy theories, don't get me wrong, but it can be discouraging. It can cause you to become black-pilled. And I don't want to become Alex Jones. I don't want to be over here, they're turning the freaking frogs gay, you know. But I do appreciate that I did not lose any subscribers going on my little blue pill podcast excursions. So that's always heartwarming to know that people are like, oh, I don't like this channel, because I have had people unsubscribe, like when I've like put out like tons of Conspiracy Corner, and then I'm guessing it was like new subscribers, you know, and then I put out like a blue pill podcast episode, and you can tell they're like super hardcore conspiracy theorists, like, blue pill, what? That's bad, you know, how dare you talk about non-conspiracy stuff on a podcast. But you know, it is what it is. Let me plug my stuff real quick. As far as an update, just sitting around the house. I weed eated the backyard yesterday. I weed eated the front. Ran errands yesterday. I am going to get a ladder and trim up the trees on this side of the house, because we think that it caused damage to the roof possibly. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of all that. Just go ahead and trim the fuck out of those trees. That way it doesn't damage the roof, because it looks like woods out there. It's like Fern Gully, man. Kentucky is a very fertile state. I'll say that. Mother Gaia is bosomy around here. I have a Buy Me a Coffee account set up in the link below. If you donate to the channel, I will snail mail you a Conspiracy Corner podcast bookmark. I'm sorry, but it always comes out blurry. It sucks. It doesn't actually look blurry. It looks good. It's the image is a bunny rabbit, a steampunk bunny rabbit with a saber. That's my spirit animal. I will sign the back of it unless you don't want me to. Then just hit me up through Buy Me a Coffee, because you can message through it. So, but it just helps me pay my bills. I got a doctor's bill over here for $113, which I need to pay. I got a roof with a leak, so I'm going to end up putting more money into it, because it didn't get fixed properly. The leak did slow, though. It is a slower leak, so that's good. And I'm not a grifter. I put out free content. I've been doing this for over a decade. I do have a full-time job. My wife has a full-time job, but you guys know how the economy is. I mean, I'm sure you guys are suffering just as much as me. Every little bit helps, you know. But let's get on with the show. So I was listening to Broken Simulation, Sam Tripoli. Shout outs to Sam and Broken Simulation, Johnny Woodard. It's one of my favorite podcasts. It's kind of like Sam Tripoli's Blue Pill podcast, you know. But they do delve into conspiracy, kind of like on Blue Pill podcast of mine. You can't help it sometimes. Sometimes even Blue Pill content delves a little bit into conspiracy, you know. Especially like these past several episodes I've been doing have been kind of conspiratorial. So you might enjoy it. Go check out that podcast too. I was listening to Sam Tripoli, Broken Simulation, and Johnny Woodard had brought up Anthony Fauci has had a Senate committee hearing recently. Nothing's going to come of this. Let's just say it right from the get-go. Nothing is going to come of this. He already has a pre-pardon from Joe Biden, which I don't even see how that's legal or standing in a court of law. How can you have a pre-pardon? And that should tell you right there, all the COVIDians, the blue pill idiots, you know, who took this jab, who were turning in their neighbors, just the assholes during the COVID-19 thing. This should be a gigantic red flag for you. I said it when he got pre-pardoned by Joe Biden. Only people who did something bad or something's going to bite them in the ass later need a pre-pardon. And by the way, I think that's the first time in U.S. history ever that there's ever been a pre-pardon for someone. That should have been a gigantic red flag. Pardon for what? He didn't do anything wrong, remember? It's safe and effective. You know? It's not crimes against humanity. That should have been like a little click for these idiots. So apparently, Johnny Woodard said that he had invoked his Fifth Amendment rights over 100 times. And dude, I listened to like a little bit, like fragments of it, and it's insane. Like, they were even just asking him like, what's the weather today? And he would be like, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. He invoked his Fifth Amendment right on everything. I don't know who his lawyer is, but it's fucking hilarious. And one of the people doing the hearing, one of the Senate committee members, was like, you can't invoke your Fifth Amendment right if you have a pardon. Like, that's like a law or something. And he's like, that can be contempt of court. So he should technically be in handcuffs right now for contempt of court times 100. I'm not a lawyer, but I don't see how he's literally doing contempt of court. Yeah, like, you can't do that. You're literally breaking the law. You broke the law 100 times invoking your Fifth Amendment. Because from what I heard, apparently if you have a pardon, you're not allowed to invoke your Fifth Amendment anymore. I guess you maybe surrender your constitutional rights to an extent or something. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, you know. But let's not get our hopes up with this. It's gonna be a fucking kangaroo court. We all know our court systems are fucked. Our justice system is fucked. We don't see justice at all. We really don't. I believe, honestly, America at this point is the United States of Israel. We are a banana republic now. Our voting is rigged. All our politicians are compromised. America has fallen, dude. I'm just gonna be straight up. I don't think we're gonna make it. It would not surprise me if America does not make it till the end of President Trump's term. I try not to be black-pilled. This is why I do Blue Pill podcasts, man. But it is what it is. This is gonna be a sham fucking trial. This is gonna be sham hearing. It's just, It's a wrestling match at this point. It's just strictly entertainment, but I did want to cover it though. So Fauci repeatedly invokes the Fifth Amendment in his contentious Senate committee hearing. So, Dr. Anthony Fauci on Wednesday repeatedly invoked the Fifth Amendment and declined to answer dozens of questions. No, apparently hundreds. Apparently it was over 100 times, is what I heard, that he invoked his Fifth Amendment right. And by the way, I do have a lot of listeners outside of the U.S. If you don't know what that means, it means basically, I don't want to talk about it. That's literally what it means. Of like, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Because here in the United States, I don't know how it is over in y'all's country, but you're innocent until proven guilty. But a lot of people will put their foot in their mouth and self-incriminate, and they will literally... That's why it's always best to have a lawyer and not like a public attorney. Not one that's given to you unless you're like broke as fuck and that's the only option you have. Hire a lawyer and let them do all the talking. Talk as little as possible in court. I've been to court tons of fucking times, and I know how it works, man. But yeah. Otherwise, you'll self-incriminate, and they will use every little... They will dissect every single thing you say, every movement, to incriminate you, you know? Court is so evil, and it's so draining. Dude, I was literally, like, losing weight. I looked like I had cancer when I was going through court with my divorce and custody battle, and... So, it's more than dozens. From senators in a Republican-led committee hearing about his handling of COVID-19 pandemic. Right there, Republican-led committee. I don't know who all's on the committee, but notice how they're already doing the divide and conquer. Two wings of the same bird. Order out of chaos. Left and right paradigm. Red versus blue. Donkey versus elephant. What do I say over here? I don't want to be a broken record. Aim for moderate. Be smack dab in the middle. Everyone needs to be purple, not red or blue. Purple. There's good things on both sides. Liberalism and conservatism. I take the good from both sides. Make my own philosophical belief system. My own code of honor. And throw out the bad. You know? The decision, at least for now, shielded Fauci from answering questions that could expose him to accusations of lying under oath. Though he received a pardon in early 2025 from Democratic President Joe Biden, some Republicans pursuing a years-long campaign for his arrest suggest he could still face charges for any perjury committed during Wednesday's hearing. Good. Good. I hope so. Perjury. So it would be perjury, not contempt of court. Okay. I'm glad I'm going through this article with commentary because it's like, I didn't know that. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer. The scientist who helped lead the nation's COVID-19 response was subpoenaed to testify under oath by Republican Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky, which is where I live. Rand Paul and Ron Paul, his father, they're fucking awesome. That family is loved here in Kentucky. They're great. Massey's awesome too. He's from Kentucky. He's like one of the few who are fighting for the Epstein file release, and Massey and the Paul family are fucking awesome. Who has long had an agnostic relationship with Fauci. Or antagonistic, relationship with Anthony Fauci. Yeah, he fuck Fauci, man. No one likes Fauci. I don't even think Fauci likes Fauci. Do you think when he looks in the mirror, he's happy with himself? He probably sees like a demon, you know? I don't know. He might be happy with himself. He might be doing like some psycho scrying shit, like in the mirror every day. Like Green Goblin. He looks like a goblin. In response to angry, sometimes mocking questions from Republican senators, There they go again. Fauci declined to answer more than 100 times, injecting new drama into partisan divides that have festered for years. About the origins and handling of the pandemic, Fauci himself has become a polarizing figure, even receiving death threats that prompted him to seek security. I have to say this because it's on YouTube and Spotify, and plus I just don't, I have to say it in general, but don't do anything violent. We do not promote violence on this channel. We don't promote assassinations, but I don't feel bad for him receiving death threats. There was a documentary, I think they put it out on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet. I need to and do a review on it for Conspiracy Cinema, but in the trailer for it, Fauci's literally crying and he's like, they've threatened my family, they've threatened me, woe is me. And I was just laughing like a hyena, like, good, you fucking suck. Do I think they should be threatening your daughters and shit? No, that's fucked up, because you cannot. My dad was an evil, satanic piece of shit. He's in prison right now for production of cheese pizza, some sick satanic shit, like literal satanic ritual abuse type shit. He's an evil man, but I should not pay for the sins of my father. Neither should his children, but when you're Darth Vader, when you're evil, your family's gonna get threatened. Stop being evil. See that right there? Fauci, instead of crying and saying, woe is me, he should go, hey, maybe I should stop being such a piece of dog shit. Then my family wouldn't be threatened. Then people wouldn't want to hurt me and my family. Same with Bill Gates. Bill Gates, his daughter was bitching the other day on a podcast or something online. I don't remember. It was a tweet or something, but she was bitching in general about, I'm getting death threats. And it's like, yeah, your dad is Darth Vader. Tell your dad, maybe you should go up to your dad and call your dad up and be like, hey, Dad, can you stop being like, I don't know, like the Antichrist, so that way people can stop threatening me, They're trying to kill me. Maybe you should stop and chill out on the whole Satanism thing, the Baal worship and, trying to take over the world and block out the sun and having people eat crickets and destroying our food supply and buying farmland. Maybe you should like chill out on the whole Antichrist thing, In his opening statement, Fauci said Paul has an obvious obsession with calling for my prosecution. Good. And I hope that Rand Paul is obsessed. And he probably is. You're probably not wrong on that. He probably is obsessed with, your prosecution. And good. I see that as a good thing. The only conclusion I can reach is that the sole reason he is calling me before this committee is to get me to say something, anything, that could vindicate his repeated public pledges that I end up, in his words, behind bars. Good. I hope that's the fucking plan. Fauci said. By the way, like, he's like preaching to the choir. Like, we hope that happens. Nobody likes you, dude. Fauci said, adding that while it pained him to do so, he was following his attorney's advice by taking the fifth. Paul, who has long argued that Fauci should be criminally investigated, I agree, based on his belief that the scientist was dishonest in providing in previous testimony to Congress, announced that the committee will vote next week on whether to hold Fauci in contempt for declining to answer questions. So next week, we will hear if the committee vote goes through. I'm not getting my hopes up. Like I said at the beginning of this podcast, do not get your hopes up, guys. This is probably all just fucking theater. I hate to be black-pilled, but honestly, after this year, like, I've become, like, anarchist again. I say fuck both sides, all sides. Like, I give up on politics at this point. I'm literally an anarchist now. I've become white-pilled more, which I already was, but like, you see, like, black-pilled is like dystopian and nihilism, but there's white pill, which is the final pill. It's past red, blue, purple, gray, black. And what it is basically putting your faith in God and yourself. Getting more spiritual. Because, like, once you realize our system is fucked, our physical realm, that we cannot trust or put our faith in anyone anymore, you put your faith in yourself and God. And, like, those closest around you, like your wife or your kids, you know, shit like that. But, yeah, dude, become white-pilled, man. Yeah, I'm just fucking anarchist at this point. So don't get too excited, but they are going to vote next week to see if he's going to be criminally charged with, perjury, we said earlier. So, or in contempt of court. So I was right. Contempt of court, too. So perjury and contempt of court. They're going to vote on it. We shall see. He did not say whether he would push for a criminal consent referral to federal prosecutors or another charge. He also raised questions about whether Fauci's pardon affects his eligibility for Fifth Amendment protections. From what I heard from the grapevine, like I said, I am no lawyer, but from what I heard, you are no longer allowed to plead the Fifth when you have a pardon. You're like surrendering constitutional rights, is what I heard. It's weird. Hit me up in the comments if you've heard different, if you know different. If you have some knowledge in law, whether you're a lawyer or a judge, or not that I think any of those types of people listen to my vulgar Howard Sternish style podcasting. I cuss like a sailor. I talk about fucking, what was it the other day? Breaking Bread with the Enemy episode. I was talking about fingering some chick's butthole. Like, but if you have some knowledge in law, like, please enlighten me, you know, and correct me, like, but be nice, obviously, in the comment section, because I have had assholes in my comment section, and I will block you. I will cuss you out first, and then I'll block you. I'm a nice guy. I truly am. I don't put up with shit. You know, some of these content creators just roll over and let people treat them like shit. I don't. I bite back. Just be nice, but please inform me, though. I am serious, though. I would like to know. So Republicans accuse, obviously, here we go again, Republicans. Divide and conquer. Two wings, same bird. Republicans accuse Fauci of lying while Democrats say he didn't deserve that. Democrats are fucking morons. Don't get me wrong, Republicans are morons too, but I do see Republicans as the lesser of two evils. Or at least I used to, until I realized how many of them are members of AIPAC and dual citizenship of Israel and Zionist, and, you know, are like literally psychopaths who want to bring about the book of Revelation. In the combative hearing, Paul and other Republicans accused Fauci of lying in earlier testimony about the coronavirus origins, something the longtime National Institutes of Health scientists have forcefully denied. Democrats called the hearing a political motivated attempt at entrapping Fauci and praised the scientist for his work during the pandemic. First of all, if you are still first of all, if you're a Democrat at this point, you're fucking retarded. They literally turned on Bernie Sanders. They literally turned on Robert F. Kennedy to the point where he left the Democratic Party when he was running for president, had to join the Independent Party. By the way, I supported RFK. I was gay for RFK. Like, so all this Trump shit that's going on right now, I didn't vote for this shit. I didn't vote at all because RFK dropped out. Not saying that he's like perfect, but perfect. But it would have been possibly better. We all, the whole origin of the pandemic was bullshit. What was it? Bat soup. And we all were calling it as soon, dude, I remember we all laughed at that shit. Bat soup in a wet market is what it was in China. And Wu-Tang Clan or Hu Wong or whatever the fuck it's called. Chaolun, Chun-Li. It was such a stupid fucking bullshit origin. And it's just like, no, it's not bat soup, dude. We were all saying lab leak, you know. And yeah, he lied about everything. He lied about the mask. He lied about 6 feet apart. He lied about the origins. He literally lied about everything. And then him and the mainstream media, they all 180'd. They lied to you about everything. They lied to you about the vaccine of like, oh, you can't give it to anyone if you have the vaccine. It protects you from it and blah, blah, blah. Every single thing they said was a fucking lie. And yet you still have people who will defend him and defend everything that happened during the pandemic. And the sad thing is me and you who screamed at the rooftops about this shit, we will never get an apology. We will never get an apology. We're going to have to deal with that. Trust me, it's frustrating. I bite my fist sometimes at certain people. We will never get an apology. I do have to tell you this, though. Those people who cut you off, family members who cut you off, your employers who tried to force you to take this shit, people who infringed on your freedoms, God's going to get all of these people. God is going to get all of these people. So sleep well, you know, and rest easy knowing that. I believe that in my heart of hearts. God's going to get these people. And I have watched it happen. I've told siblings, you know, I've had family members fuck with me. And I know that, like, God is on my side, especially, by the way, I'm not a perfect person, but I know when I'm in the right and I'm the good guy in the situation, God protects me and he gets those people. I've seen it happen with my ex-wife. She was, like, running me through the fucking system, trying to steal my kid from me, all sorts of evil shit. She ended up getting a DUI. She ended up going blind from Leber's disease. She ended up passing away from sodium levels. Yeah, the bitch is gone. You know? And I told people, I'm like, don't fuck with Abe. I had a brother who was fucking with me and being evil. He's like gone insane with schizophrenia, lost his son. He gave up his son, like, and I already know he was the type who kept talking shit about me and saying I'm a horrible father, I'm a piece of shit, and I'm like, God's gonna get you. Watch. And I keep telling people, don't fuck with me, especially if I'm on the right side. Do not fuck with me. God's gonna get these people, man. He will. With Fauci declining to answer questions throughout, Paul dominated the approximately 3-hour hearing. Good. I hope he did. I hope he was alpha male the whole time, listing a litany of accusations and detailed questions. Good. I hope he grilled his ass. Today will be the capstone to Anthony Fauci's 40 years of abuse of power in the NIH, Paul said. History will judge, but the facts, as we now know them, paint a sordid tale of dishonesty, misjudgment, and ultimately the hubris, the likes of which the world has never seen. Well spoken, sir. And truth. Truth. In a heated moment during the hearing, Paul ejected Fauci's attorney, David Schittler, sorry, David Schittler, from the room after he tried to speak without being recognized. In a statement, Schittler said, I'm having fun. Said the removal was outrageous and demonstrates the completely biased and baseless nature of this proceeding. In another statement, he called Paul's accusations about Fauci false and disgraceful. I love it, though. I have to admit, I ain't gonna lie, I fall for the bread and circus sometimes. It is entertaining to watch. Like I said, don't get your hopes up, but there's nothing wrong with being entertained with some conspiracy, with some kangaroo court. I do love Paul. I hope, that this Senate committee, vote to charge him next week. We'll have to check back in on it. And I did see something about a diary that got brought up in the Senate committee. We're going to have to look into that. I may do that next episode, actually. But let me know what you all think. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're listening on Spotify, do the poll. And if you're listening on YouTube, or if you want, this will be under a Fauci playlist on YouTube. If you want to look at all the different episodes we've covered Fauci, I like to organize my channel and keep it playlist so that way, I'm interested in this subject. Here's all the episodes Abe covered on this subject, Make it nice and neat and easily good for you. It's pretty cool too, because you can hit play all on the playlist. Let's say you have a road trip and you're really interested in a specific subject. You can click play all and it will play all the episodes in that playlist. It's kind of dope. I had a buddy, my buddy Deep, actually, shout outs to him. I haven't seen him in forever. He got married too, by the way, congrats. But he was like, hey, I got a 3 or 4 hour road trip. I'm gonna listen to your backlog, I'm gonna listen to your podcast and just play them back to back. I'm like, dude, awesome, thank you. He's like, I appreciate it, man, But yeah, I love y'all. Y'all have a good day, and talk to me in the comments. See you guys.